Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We are going live today with something that's extra special. I'm really excited to share this with you today, guys. So I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping just to make sure that I am live, just to make sure the audio is working and everything is as it should be. So going live today with something that's awesome. We're here, we're live and sounding and looking as it should be. So it's the end of January. It's the end of January. I want to ask you, how was January gone? Right? How was January gone in business? Did you generate the sufficient amount of leads that you needed in order to generate the results that you wanted to generate in January? Did you bring on sufficient amount of clients? Did you make the cash that you wanted to generate in January? So if you did, then congratulations, right? You should celebrate, right? You should celebrate your wins. I know a lot of coaches that are working really, really hard. They're working really, really hard. They smash their goals, but they never celebrate the wins, right? Guys, do not forget to celebrate your wins, right? Whatever it is that you need to do to celebrate the wins, you know, if you treat yourself to something small, if you take yourself out for a meal, whatever it is, right? Large or small, don't forget to celebrate those wins. You deserve it. It's well earned. Now, if you didn't achieve the results that you wanted to achieve in January, then I'm going to share a training with you here today that potentially can help you get back on track, right? Help you to start generate sufficient amount of leads, gain the sufficient amount of clients in the door, generating the sufficient amount of cash that you want to allow you to move forward. The training that I'm going to share with you is kind of like an insider view into how we work with clients. It's an insider view into the Six Figure Accelerator program, right? Our flagship offer. Now, what I'm going to share with you is a simple document that I'm going to walk and talk you through and maybe do some, like I generally do, right? I go off on tangents and I explain principles, strategies, concepts, because I believe it's not just about giving information, but it's also about educating you around the information that you need to learn, understand, so you can implement it at a level that it's not just, okay, so yeah, I've been told to do this, but you understand why you're doing it as well, right? So it makes logical sense to you. And, you know, you understand why you do it. So this is a, I guess like I've just created this training. I woke up this morning. I want to deliver some information to you guys to help you to make a bigger impact in the world, to help you to start growing your business the way that you want it to be grown, so you can start generating the results that you wanted. So basically, on the back of some really, really good news that I got this morning from a new client that actually only been with us for like 36 days. And I'll explain a little bit more about the success story that she's creating right now. But on the principles and the basics of that, I wanted to share something around that because I believe that it's going to serve you right now, right? So what I'm going to do is, without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. Now, also, right, I forgot to mention a little bit more housekeeping, that if you're catching me live, then let me know, #live underneath this live. If you're catching this on a replay, then #replay. Let me know that you caught this on replay. If you've got any questions around anything I'm going to share here today, then #ask and then ask me the question inside the comment area. If you want, you know, to have a conversation about what it potentially looks like to work with us, then #call and I'll jump in Messenger. I'll send you a personal direct message, ask you a few questions, and if I feel as though, you know what we have potentially can help you, then I'll invite you to the call. Okay, without further ado, let me share my screen because that is what we are here for. Just make sure I've got the right screen open. Bear with me. Sometimes my brain and me speaking and my actions don't all sync up at the same time as they should do. Okay, so we're here, right? So how to generate 10K a month in the next 30 days. How to guarantee generating 10K a month in your coaching business or expertise business or course creator business or your consultancy business in the next 30 days? Right? How would you like to guarantee that you could hit 10K in the next 30 days? Raise your hand if you would like to guarantee that within 30 days, like end of February, right? Which now the 31st of January, tomorrow's the 1st of February. How would you like to close February with 10K in new business, in sales, inside your online business? Let me know underneath this. Live. Let me know. Let me ask you a question, right? How would that change the dynamics of your business? How would that impact your life? How would that change the way that you feel about your business? How would that change the way that you feel about marketing, about sales? Right? How would that change your confidence levels? Because if you're not generating sales on a like monthly basis or weekly basis or daily basis, and you get into this sales trap of it's like tumbleweeds, nothing's happening, right? It can knock your confidence. Right? If you're not generating cash every week, right, it can put you in a position where you are, in financial threat. So I know these types of figures, 10K a month, right, can save businesses. So, right, I digressed already, right? So we're jumping in here. So how to guarantee 10K months in the next 30 days. So if you want access to this document, just comment #doc underneath this training right now, or any time through this training, and I'll personally send you a DM with a link to this doc. And all you have to do is to go to file, please make a copy, right? Don't change anything of this copy, right? Change it, create your own copy and save it in your own Google Drive. Okay, so first of all, right, I want to congratulate Mary Anderson, who just broke 24K in 36 days inside our flagship offer, right, which is the Six Figure Accelerator program. It's a 12-week program where we basically, like everything I'm going to share here right now and more, is what we teach, what we coach, what we help our clients implement into their business so they can start generating results, right? Now, Mary's just done 24K in 36 days. What I'm going to teach you to do is to be able to do like less than 50% of that, right? So I'm going to show you actually how to do 10K in the next 30 days. So if Mary can do 24Ks in 36 days, like, what would happen if you could do like just like less than 50% of that? You could take what I share with today, right, and increase on what I show you, right, to earn more. I just wanted to give a like quick concept around that and to like congratulate Mary on that as well. And basically, Mary sent me a message this morning, Monday morning. That was the first message that I saw inside my inbox this morning. I was like, wow, that's like an amazing way to start the week. That's an amazing way to start the week. Right. So let's just talk about this first, right? Now, I'm going to jump into the metrics. I'm going to jump into the meat and juicy stuff that we all get excited about. But what I want to really like beat the drum on is that no results will ever be created if you're not working from a level of determination, right? Determination that you are going to make this happen. Determination that it's already a done deal, right? There's no like starting this with a parachute backpack on your back where you're going to bail like 10 days in, right? This is a 30-day plan. This is a 30-day plan. You don't start a 30-day plan and then like 5 days in say, oh, it's not working, I'm gonna bail, right? There's none of that stuff. You're starting with determination, right? You're going to take determined action to follow through all the way to the end, because that's when results starts happening. So you got to work from a place of determination. You got to work from a place of urgency. Right? If you're not working from a place of urgency, well, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't have to do it today. Or I've got 8 hours to do this, and I'll just like waste 6 hours of my day, and I'll make sure that I get it done in the last 2 hours. No, right? You work in every single minute of your day from a place of urgency. You're working from a level where you believe in so much in yourself. You believe in the results. You believe in what you do. You believe in your marketplace. You believe in you're going to attract the dream clients. You believe in that the clients that are out there. You believe in that the clients are willing to pay you the money that you want to command for the results that you do, right? You've got to believe in every aspect in what you do. Now, there is area of a little bit of self-doubt, right? We are human, but 90% of what you do, you're going to truly believe in what you do and believe in that you can generate these results. Because if you don't, right, chances are you're not going to do it, right? Chances are you are not going to do it. Because your beliefs determine, right, everything external of your beliefs, right? So you've got to 100% believe in what you do, or at least 90%, right? 95%. And you've got to be willing to work at a high pace, right? This involves speed. So I know a lot of people that get started in something like this, or they see these what I'm going to share right now, but they bring no speed to the game, right? They bring no speed to the game. So this means like working at a high pace, high speed, and from also an eye level as well, right? So just get that out of the way. But it's so key. Like you can't rely on everything just being strategy, right? I know a lot of people, a lot of coaches that understand the strategy, but because they don't come from a determined position, they don't work with urgency, they don't believe in themselves, and they're not working from a high pace, then the strategy is not going to work. The strategy is just not going to work. So it's important that we understand that it's not all strategy based. Right. Okay. So let's dig into this, right? So you need to make sure that you're selling a high ticket offer. So like for this example, we're going to say $5,000, and I'm using $5,000 as a cop out really, because it's just easy maths. It's easy maths. We want to hit 10K a month. So if we're selling to 5K offer, then we actually only need 2 clients, right? But not just that as well. Not just because it's easy math and it's a cop out for me, but if you're selling lower, right, it means that you need to work harder, right? You need to generate more leads. You need to have more conversations. You need to close more deals, and you need to serve more people. So whilst it's okay to do that, and you can hit 10K a month, obviously selling 2K offers or 3K offers, or even less. But seriously, it does mean that if you're selling lower, right, you've got to work harder because you've got to produce more. Now, whilst it all works, my principle behind this is that you can work really, really hard to hit 10K. You can serve a hell of a lot of people to hit 10K, but to grow beyond that, right, the numbers get even bigger. The workload gets even bigger, right? So the pressure intensifies. So start off as you mean to go along. And what's the point in earning all this money if you're just going to burn yourself out, right? So ideally you want to be selling at a high ticket offer. Now, if you're just starting out of the gate, selling at $5,000 might scare you. So you might start off for $3,000, right? But for this example, we're talking about $5,000. So that means that every client that you bring on board is going to invest $5,000. So let's have a look at the metrics to guarantee the results. The metrics that guarantee the results. And again, right, this is where a lot of coaches don't understand. They don't understand. To build a business, a business is built on metrics. It's built on data. It's built on numbers. Same thing, just different words of saying it, right? Metrics. Once you understand the metrics, the numbers of the data, then you know what you need to do you know the level you need to perform at, you know the key performance indicators you need to create in order to make that happen. And if we know the time scale that we need to, generate these numbers in, then we can break that down on a daily basis. So we then know what we need to do each and every day to make it happen. And that's what, I say about guaranteeing, right? That's what it's all about. It's about understanding the metrics. Once you understand the metrics and you're willing to work from a level where you're determined, you're working from a high pace, right? You're working with urgency and everything else I mentioned like previous here, then you can guarantee the results that you want. So the metrics, let's have a look at these metrics to generate 10K months. Now, if you wanted to generate 10K months for the next 11 months in this year, right, you're going to walk away with a six-figure business, right? You're going to walk away with a six-figure business just by doing what I'm going to share with you inside this like short PDF. And guess what? I'm giving you this away for free. I am giving this to you free gratis. My pleasure. Right. Okay. So you need to be looking at generating over the next 30 days, right? 150 organic leads. So we're not talking about investing in paid media, LinkedIn advertisements, Facebook ads, Google ads, right? We're not talking about investing money. We're just talking about showing up, manually working each and every day to generate organic leads, free leads. So if you want to hit 10K in the next 30 days, throughout the next 30 days, right, you're looking to generate around 150 organic leads in the next 30 days. From those 150 leads, you're going to be looking at converting 10% of those into or inside messenger conversations. Now, these metrics that I'm looking at here, right, these percentages are kind of, sorry, I just put my phone on silent. These metrics are kind of conservative, right? You can do better, right? You can have better conversions in here. You can have increased percentages in here. Right? So like if you're just starting out, you've got an expertise in a specific marketplace, or you've got a coaching business that's not growing the speed that you wanted to grow it at, but you've got the knowledge to generate results for your clients. These are the type of metrics, data that potentially you could be looking at starting off in. So out of the 150 leads, you want to convert 10% of those inside Messenger to book calls with you. So we're looking to convert the 150 leads into around about 15 booked calls, right? So 15 booked calls. Now, let me just reiterate, right? Yes, we use messenger conversations. We use messenger conversations. If you expect to build a business without having a conversation with somebody prior to them booking a call with you, right? Irrespective of how much content they've consumed of yours, right? In the outside world on social media, then you're going to be waiting some time. Yes, you might get the drib and drab of people trickling through to send you DMs, but it's not going to happen every day, right? It's not going to happen every day. This is a non-negotiable, right? 2022 and beyond, if you're not having conversations with prospects in Messenger, you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. You're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table because there's other people it's not that there's other people out there that are doing that, right? And it's not that. It's people's buying behaviors are changing. That's the biggest issue here, right? People are more sophisticated today than they were 3 years ago, 4 years ago, even 2 years ago. They understand the process, right? There's more opportunities out there. There's more competitors out there. There's other people doing what you do out there. So they've got more choice. They've got more option. So people are not just, there's more information out there as well, right? There's more deeper information out there. So people want to have a conversation with people before they actually just book a call with them. They actually want to get to know somebody before they book a call with that person. And it's really getting them over higher level trust value. So by the time that they book a call with you, they've already had a conversation with you in Messenger. So that they're more easier to actually book a call with you, right? Makes sense? So this moving forward in 2022, if you're not doing this, you're going to lose. It's going to be hard, right? It's going to be really, really hard. So you've heard it from me today. Trying to build a business without having conversations in Messenger in 2022 and beyond is non-negotiable. You've got to learn these skills. And if you're scared of doing this, right, it's something you've got to get over, and you've got to get over quickly. But the thing about like us guys, and what I'm talking about is like us humans, is that we are amazing at developing new skills. Okay, I digress, but I just wanted to like beat the drum on that point. So 150 leads, close 10%. So you need to book calls. From 15 calls booked, you're going to expect no-shows. It's the way of the world, right? If people don't show up on calls, right, don't think it's anything to do with you. It's just part of the game. It really is. It's just part of the game. And you've got to understand the game. Once you understand the game, then you can play the game, right? But you've got to expect between two or maybe three no-shows. When it happens, you can say, oh, you know what? Yeah, Andy said that would happen, and it's happened. So it's part of the numbers, right? So let's say that 3 people didn't show up. So you've gone through 12 completed calls. From 12 completed calls, right? If you know what you're doing, potentially if you're following a script to start off with, then you can expect to close like 1 in 6, right? So again, we're identifying the numbers. Close 1 in 6. So you have 6 calls, you close 1 person. Now it might not happen that you have 6 calls and you close 1 person. Laws of averages means that you need to go have like more calls to actually find your averages, right? There's a way of working out your averages. But potentially if you have 12 calls, you probably find that you have 2 sales. At that level, you've just closed 2 clients. And if you're closing at 5K, then you've just smashed like 10K a month, right? Now, if you really wanted to make sure that were guaranteed, right, just increase your skill set. Increase your skill set, because the better you become, right, your percentages become increased. The other way of guaranteeing these results is by increasing the numbers, right? So don't just settle on, well, Andy says that I need to generate 150 leads. You generate 150 leads, right? Generate 200 leads. Work harder, work smarter, right? Work longer. Generate more leads, right? You're increasing your opportunities to guaranteeing the results. But really, like what we just highlighted there, right? You should start seeing like the results that I'm suggesting that you should get. Now, let me know, right? So I've just shared that Mary generated 24K in the last 36 days. She actually just did that in the last 24 hours, right? 48 hours. So in the last 48 hours, she closed 24K in sales, but she's been in the program 36 days, right? But she actually closed those sales in the last 48 hours. Now, if we're talking about like generating leads, if you're thinking, well, you know, everything I'm doing right now in organic is just not working at all, then let me just share with you, right? Caesar, one of our clients last week, booked 6 calls organically just from 1 post. Just 1 post generates him sufficient amount of leads or comments, right, on that particular post. And from that 1 post, booked 6 calls in 1 day. So if you're looking for like 15 booked calls or 12 completed calls over 30 days, right? Following what we do inside our flagship offer, Caesar did that in 1 day. He always did half of that in 1 day, right? Powerful. And everything here that I'm sharing right now is based on principles of what we teach. So what we're going to do now is actually break down the metrics, right, over the next 30 days. Because if you think, wow, Andy, I need to generate 150 leads in the next like 30 days, that might seem like a massive mountain to climb. But let's break it down, right? Let's break it down. So 150 leads in the next 30 days is 38 leads per week. 38 leads per week. Now, if you're working 6 days a week, and what I suggest is, if you're just starting off, yes, work 6 days a week, work hard, right? And have 1 day off, right? Have 1 day off to rest, right? You deserve a rest. So have 1 day off and do that. Whatever you do on that day, spend it with your family, chill out, right? Whatever you do, right? But give yourself a rest. Give yourself a rest. But so what we're doing now is, okay, so 38 leads per week, that's what we need to do. Let's just like break that down over 6 days per week. That's like 7 leads per day. Now, that's not equal. That's actually works out to 42 leads per week. But if I divide 38 by 6, it's not, we go into percentages, right? So I'm rounding it up a little bit, but guess what? That's just creating more opportunities for you, right? And the more opportunities for you, it means you're going to guarantee bigger results. So that's just like 7 leads a day. If you devote time to building your business and you've got the right resources and you know how to do this, you know how to generate leads, right? And you work at a high pace and high volume and work with urgency and determined action, could you generate 7 leads a day? Right? Just 7 leads a day. Of course you can. Anybody can. Just 7 leads a day, right? And through everything that you do, right, book 4 calls per week. That's what you're looking at, right? If I tell you to book 15 calls over this next month, and if you've never booked a call before, right, or if you just start now, you'd be like, wow, 15 calls, really? How am I going to do that? Right? It's just 4 calls a week. If you could generate like 7 leads a day and convert just one of those each and every day into 1 book call a day, could you do that? Or less than 1 call a day, 4 days a week, could you do that? Of course you could. Of course you could. All right. There's a misconception that when people talk about building a 10K business or a six figure business, it's like the numbers are astronomical, and they're not. They might seem, but like when you break them down to bite-sized pieces, right? Suddenly this elephant in the room isn't that big, right? And it's easier to digest. So are you looking at 38 leads a week, 38 leads a week over 6 days a week, generate 7 days, 7 leads per day, book 4 calls per week out of those 38 leads and close 2 calls. Close 2 calls at 5K. So let me just share some marketing and business principles. First of all, before I get into this, just let me know, right? Does that sound simple, right? The way that I've explained it, does it sound simple? Is that something that potentially you could do? Right? If you know how to do it, is that something that you potentially could do? Of course it is. Right? Of course it is. So a lot of what I do is, whilst I mentioned earlier on that strategy is just not like the be all and end all, business is built on principles. Business is built on principles. And if you don't understand a lot of marketing and business principles, then you're going to find it really, really hard to build a business. So I'm just going to share 3 principles now that I really believe in, right? So everything that we do is optimized from to get your target market over the trust hurdle, right? Book calls and make sales. Ultimately, they're the 3 things that you need to be doing in your business. If what you're doing right now isn't building trust in your marketplace, you're not booking calls, you're not making sales on a consistent basis, then potentially what you're doing is not working, right? Or potentially what you're doing is you're spending areas in your business that is not moving your business forward. Ultimately, your business is there designed, right, to help you to grow your business. And your business is there to help you to protect your dreams. And the only thing that's going to allow you to protect your dreams is by gaining massive trust in your target market, with your target market, booking calls and making sales. Booking calls and making sales. Everything that we do is optimized for this, right? These three things is optimized for this. It's not just optimized for exposure. We're not just marketing for the marketing, for generating marketing's sake. We're not building this out and just open, wishing and praying that this is just going to magically happen. This wasn't done by accident, right? That was done by design. Mary hit those results, right? Because she worked at what we teach here and what we teach inside the flagship offer, and it generated the results. It wasn't like wing on a prayer. We weren't just throwing things right at the wall, open, wishing and praying that something was going to stick, something was going to work. Right? This was actually done by design. The way the Caesar generated book calls in one day was done by design. We knew what needed to be done in order to generate results that allows Caesar to do that. Right? And everybody else that's inside the program. So everything that we do is optimized to create market trust, book calls, and make sales, right? We build market assets and collect assets. And what do I mean by that? Is there's a lot of coaches out there, or maybe consultants or experts, and they get taught to add value to the marketplace. Now, whilst adding value to the marketplace helps people to get over the trust hurdle, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be inundated with leads, people wanting to book calls with you and generating sales. In fact, I know coaches, they've got groups with thousands and thousands, tens, 20, 30,000 inside the group members, right? But they're broke. And each and every day, they're inside these groups, or they're on their social media platforms, or they're creating podcasts, shows, or they're just pumping all this value into the marketplace, right? But they're not collecting on the assets. You see, adding value into the marketplace is building assets. You're building assets, right? You're building market assets. But if you're not collecting on them assets, it's just a waste of time, right? So everything that we're doing is we're doing it to build assets, but we're also collecting assets, right? That's what business is about. And we're also about attracting buyers and repelling lookers. What I mean by that is attracting top 3% of your target market. Attracting the top 3% or the top 10% of your target market. Because really, when you understand any marketplace, and all marketplaces are the same, doesn't matter what industry you're in, what niche you're in, right? Your marketplace is the same. And you've potentially heard me talk about this before, right? That your marketplace is 100% full of people struggling with the problem that you solve. And if you look at your marketplace as a whole, that's 100% people struggling with their health, right? With their diabetes, with their marriage, with their relationship, with their business, right? In sales, with their money, with their relationships, whatever it is. Your marketplace is 100% full of people that are struggling with a problem that you solve. But not all problems are treated equally, right? So there's only a percentage of your marketplace that are actually buyers. So everything that we do is designed and optimized to attract buyers, which is ultimately the top 3% of your marketplace. And the reason why I expanded to 10% is because there's a 7% demographic group of people underneath the 3% there are people that's like open to having a conversation with you, right? So potentially those people could easily become buyers. But ultimately, everything that we do is designed to attract people that's ready to get started, hungry for results, and committed to investing. But there will be some people that's in the tops in the 7% bracket lower than 3% that potentially could step up, right? So 3% or 10% of your top marketplace. Everybody else, they're not in that buying sphere. So I see a lot of coaches that's out there and they're trying to appeal to their 100% marketplace, right? You're a business. You can't appeal to anybody that's like in the bottom 10%, because whilst they might have the problem that you solve, they're just not interested in solving the problem, right? They're not buyers. And it doesn't matter what you do, what you say, how hard you try to convince them. If they're not buyers, they're not buyers, right? Accept that, move on. Understand the top 10% of your marketplace and cater to attract those people. And again, that's what we do. That's what we teach inside our flagship offer, 12-week program. So there's some of the principles, right? Some of the marketing and business principles that you need to adopt and adapt into your business. So let's move forward, right? So we're moving out of January now, we're moving into February. And right now I'm looking for 5 experts. And it's not just, for experts, if you're a course creator, if you're a consultant, if you're a coach, if you're ready to like get started in building a 10K business over the next 90 days, then, using these principles that I'm sharing here, let me know or like comment demo, #demo underneath this call or #call. And I'll either send you a demo through to a demo video of what it is we do and how we work. Or if you #call, then I'll just send you down a message, ask some questions, and we can book a call. But I'm looking for 5 experts right now who want to get started to kick ass in February to start generating 10K months. If that's you, then take one of those 2 actions and let's start moving you forward. So now let's have a look at the organic lead sources that's going to allow you to start generating the 150 leads that you need in February in the next 30 days, right? So everything that we do is organic based, as I mentioned earlier, right? So these is 9 organic lead sources. Now we also have others, but I'm just highlighting and showcasing 9 of those here right now. So number 1, hero story post. If you don't know what a hero story post is, then one of the first trainings I did inside this group, if I remember correctly, is actually a breakdown of the hero story post. And I give you examples of my examples where I've been able to generate leads, market exposure using that, close clients using that post. And also one of the group members from inside this group took this same strategy and within 48 hours, I think generated over 1,200 potential leads, right? Just from one post organically. So if you've not, in fact, what I'll do, I'll actually put a link in the first comment box underneath this live so you can watch that training, right? Facebook stories. If you're not using Facebook stories, then you're leaving a lot of leads on the table, right? Facebook stories right now are amazing for getting viral exposure, because the way that the algorithm is optimized, Facebook stories is just getting more exposure. So if you're not using Facebook stories and polls, then you should be, because if not, you're missing out on generating a lot of leads. Mission type style posts. So these are very direct offer posts that signals to your marketplace that, hey, you know what? This is what I do. I am open for business. I am looking for business, and I'm accepting new clients right now. Are you ready? Let me know. Right. And the reason why these work so well is because a lot of coaches, again, right, they're pumping value into the marketplace, right? So they're building market assets, but they're not collecting the assets. These are one of the posts you can create. This potentially is one of the first money-making posts you can actually create straight out of the gate that could start collecting assets from your marketplace, right? So mission style type posts, belief shifting posts, or transformational posts. I'm going to quickly whiz through these right now because I've got 45 minutes before I've got a group coaching call with people that's inside the program. So belief shifting posts or transformation posts, value training posts, Facebook group lead gen strategy posts, two-step posts. So two-step posts, again, they're amazing posts that allows you to generate leads, right? Lead gen posts, that's really another term for them. They're specific posts that you can create that generates leads. And as I mentioned in another training that I've actually done inside this group, is that, you know, we buy into this thought process of this internet marketing game where we believe that a lead is somebody that actually enters their name and email address into a sales funnel, or to get access to a webinar, or to, you know, get access to a VSL. You're like the internet marketing world has got you to buy into the misbelief that a lead is only somebody that actually enters their name and email address, right? When you're collecting data. That's wrong. That's wrong. If somebody comments underneath one of my posts that says, hey, I want access to this, right? They're a lead. You don't need a sales funnel. You don't need a webinar. You don't need a VSL. You don't need, you know, any complex, complexity in the things that other people tell you that you need in order to generate leads. You don't. You just need the right organic marketing strategies that we use, which is a mixture of attraction marketing and a hybrid of direct response marketing, right? And those two combined helps you to generate leads. Direct offer post, which is a similar post to the mission style type post. There's other posts that we use as well. They're similar. And long form training content, similar to the one that you're watching right now, right? Training contents like what I'm creating right now for you guys is what you should be doing. So let me just explain. I actually shared this with a client last week. The principles behind this, and why you should be doing this. And if you're not creating longer form trainings similar to this, then you're missing out. Because this ultimately is the thing that's going to allow you, right, through it, as a lot of people consume this one training, this training has been designed to get people over the trust hurdle. And there's going to be some people that think, wow, this is amazing, and they go off and try and implement this by themselves. But there's going to be a percentage of people that think, wow, this is amazing, this is exactly what I need. I haven't got time to figure it all out myself, but you know what? Seems like Andy knows what he's doing. I'll inquire to actually schedule a call with Andy, and I'll invest in Andy's program and getting coached by Andy, right? You see, somebody taught me a long time ago in one of my first other businesses that said, Andy, if you want to become the expert, then, and if you want to attract that top 3% of buyers, then you need to be the person that stood at the front of the room that's holding the pen. Now, the principles behind that and the philosophy behind that is that the person that's on the stage, that's delivering the talk, the training, that's got the whiteboard, that's got the pen, right? If I just open my drawer, right? The person that's got the marker pen, that's drawing on the whiteboard or the easel, delivering the information, is the expert in the room. They're the people that's growing the business. They're the people that's generating the results. They're the people that's having conversations. They're the people, right, who are trusted, who are the experts. So this, whilst the style is different, this is me that's holding the pen. It's me that's at the front of the room that's delivering the content. if you want to like maximize on organic sales, then you need to be generating longer form training content similar to this. Or maybe you're on an iPad, you maybe see me draw my iPad, right? If any of this makes sense, it's like, let me know. If you've got any questions around this, let me know. So we've come to the end of this training. Again, I've got 10 minutes before I need to jump on with people inside the program. So just to reiterate, right? If you want access to this, then let me know. Hashtag doc underneath here, and I'll send you a DM so you can make your own copy and save it to your own Google Drive. Again, just to congratulate Mary on closing 24K in sales in the last 48 hours and 36 days into our program. Congratulate Caesar on booking 6 calls last week in one day using everything that we teach. If you want to hit 10K in the next 30 days, right, look at these metrics, implement these metrics, and let me know on your results. If you've got any questions around this, hashtag question, and then leave me a comment underneath and I'll get back to you either today or tomorrow. Again, don't forget, I'm looking for 5 experts that's actually ready to get started, ready to build a business, and that's hungry for results and want to start earning some good money for the thing that they love to do. Okay, then guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed delivering that to you guys today. It's been fun. It's my pleasure. And I'm just going to stop sharing right now. I love you, leave you, and speak to you soon. Bye for now.